Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following NFL matches that is happening on Sunday, October 15th, 2023. We will be providing our team, total, and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comment section below. Indianapolis Colts versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Choosing the Indianapolis Colts with a plus 4-point spread in this game against the Jacksonville Jaguars presents a compelling opportunity for several reasons. Primarily, the Jaguars have just completed an exhaustive 2-week journey to London, involving consecutive wins and an immediate return home without a bye week in between. Such a demanding schedule can potentially lead to fatigue and jet lag, impacting the team's overall performance. Even without the travel factor, the Jaguars haven't proven to be consistently reliable when playing as favorites. Under Doug Peterson's guidance, they hold a 3-5-0 record against the spread (ATS) in such situations. In contrast, the Colts have demonstrated promise as road underdogs, boasting a 5-4-0 ATS record since the beginning of the previous season. Considering these factors, selecting the Colts at plus 4 points could be a wise choice with the potential for a favorable outcome in terms of wagering. Opting for the under at 44.5 points in the clash between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts is a compelling choice for several reasons. Firstly, recent trends indicate that both teams tend to engage in lower-scoring contests following victories. The under has prevailed in 5 out of 7 games for the Jaguars and 2 out of 4 games for the Colts after wins since the commencement of the 2022 season. This trend implies that, after securing victories, these teams often adopt a more conservative and defensive strategy, increasing the likelihood of the total points falling below the 44.5-point mark. Additionally, the Jaguars are returning home after a 2-week stint in England, which can result in jet lag and disrupted routines. Simultaneously, the Colts are in the process of adjusting to a new starting quarterback in Gardner Minshew and are expected to reintegrate Jonathan Taylor into the lineup. These factors may contribute to a slow start and a more cautious approach on both ends of the field, setting the stage for a game with fewer points in Duval County. Therefore, taking the under at 44.5 points aligns with the team's tendencies after wins, the early kickoff time, and the potential adjustments they need to make for this specific matchup. This combination suggests a defensive battle with a lower point total, making the under a promising bet for this game. Next we have Carolina Panthers versus Miami Dolphins. This matchup between the Panthers and the Dolphins is poised for a potential blowout. Unlike the typical scenario where sharks smell blood in the water, in this case, it's the Dolphins who seem to have the upper hand. The Panthers, dealing with minor injuries and visible frustration, appear to be heading towards a challenging 2023 season, adding pressure to first-year head coach Frank Reich. On the flip side, the Dolphins lead the league in various offensive categories and are eager to assert dominance in front of their home crowd. A 14-point line in the NFL is often considered a formidable barrier, and many handicappers are reluctant to back a 2-touchdown favorite. However, in this game, the line is set at 13.5. Despite the Dolphins facing a slight dip in form recently, particularly in the game against Buffalo, they are expected to rebound against the Panthers. The significance of this game lies in the fact that Miami will be on the road next week facing the formidable Philadelphia Eagles, a top team in the NFL. This could potentially lead to Miami viewing the Panthers as a game to rest and prepare, overlooking them. Tyreek Hill's rest day this week may suggest this approach. Nevertheless, Miami's offense is known for its direct and aggressive style rather than relying on trickery. With their fast and athletic approach, there's little incentive for Miami to employ a conservative strategy against the Panthers, hiding their game plan from the upcoming Eagles. Instead, expect the Dolphins to use this game to fine-tune their offense in preparation for the challenging matchup next week. It's worth noting that in a crucial game against the Denver Broncos before facing the Buffalo Bills, the Dolphins scored an impressive 70 points. With a 4-1 record both in the season and against the spread, the Dolphins have consistently covered when they win. Furthermore, they have surpassed a 14-point spread in their last 2 victories, both against stronger opponents played at home. All signs point to the Dolphins delivering a spectacular performance this weekend, leading to a blowout over the Carolina Panthers. Miami at minus 13.5 appears to be a solid choice. Anticipate a strong scoring performance from Miami in front of their home crowd in this game. The Carolina Panthers are entering the matchup with several starters listed as questionable, potentially making it favorable for Mostert to excel against their depleted defensive line. The key consideration for the total points in this game is whether the Carolina Panthers can generate enough scoring. Despite Bryce Young's struggles with turnovers this season, the Panthers consistently identify as a passing team. They rank third in the league for pass attempts, averaging around 40 per game, and are fifth in the league with 25 completions. This indicates that either the Panthers are effectively moving the ball or the clock stops, extending the game. Moreover, the Miami Dolphins have only managed to secure 2 interceptions so far this season, giving Young an opportunity to maintain possession and orchestrate scoring drives. Even if both teams achieve their average scores per game, with the Dolphins at 36 and the Panthers at 18, the combined total surpasses the posted total of 47. Considering the likelihood that both teams may exceed their average scores, it's advisable to take the over at 47. Next we have Detroit Lions vs Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The current spread for this NFC showdown is Detroit minus 3.0, and there are indications that it might shift to 3.5 points. Nevertheless, my preference is for the Buccaneers with the points, especially as they are coming off a bye. You have the choice of accepting -115/-120 odds at plus 3.5 or opting for a plus 100 payout with plus 3.0. Todd Bowles, a highly skilled defensive coach, is granted an extra week to prepare for the Lions' respectable offense, which should significantly impact the game. Detroit is entering this matchup with several players nursing injuries, and notably, key contributors like receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, questionable, abdominal, and tight end Sam Laporta, questionable, calf, are on the injury list. Bowles' defense currently boasts the 4th highest blitz rate, 38.8%, so if Jared Goff lacks his top targets, or they are not in peak condition, Tampa's defense could thrive. While Detroit might still manage to secure a win in Florida, I'm inclined to believe it won't be by more than a field goal. I'm also inclined to bet on the under in this NFC clash happening in Tampa. Despite the Buccaneers' 3-1 start, their offense hasn't been the driving force, ranking only 20th overall in points per game, 21.0 ppg. Questions persist about Baker Mayfield, especially considering his victories have come against the Vikings, Bears, and a Saints team with Derek Carr significantly below full health. I anticipate both defenses stepping up, resulting in a game with fewer points. While both teams have the potential for big plays, possibly yielding a few long touchdowns, I believe this matchup will stay under 6 touchdowns. Examining recent trends, the under has prevailed in 5 out of Detroit's last 7 games against NFC South opponents. Furthermore, Tampa Bay has played to the under in 13 of their last 17 matchups against NFC opponents. Next we have New England Patriots vs Las Vegas Raiders. Just a year ago, the Patriots paid a visit to Las Vegas and left with a 30-24 loss, putting a stop to New England's 6-game straight-up win streak against the Raiders. This outcome may have marked a turning point in the momentum of this series. Currently, Bill Belichick's position is under increasing scrutiny, and a loss in this game would solidify this season as a failure, with little optimism for the remaining schedule. The outlook for New England appears bleak, with Jones demonstrating himself as, at best, a mediocre NFL quarterback and an already fragile offensive line dealing with injuries. Expect Las Vegas to relentlessly apply pressure on the Patriots quarterback throughout the game to gain the upper hand. My recommendation is to take the Raiders with the points. This is going to be a game, oddly enough, won on the ground. Neither of these quarterbacks are good, frankly, and the receiving core that accompany them are equally as bad. The Pats have just 4 passing plays over 25 yards or more this season, while the Raiders have just 3. This is going to be a boring, grinded-out game where there will be a lot of 3-and-outs. The under is 1-4 for both teams this season, due in large part to these two offenses being putrid. Put them together and I don't expect a whole lot of scoring. Take the under. Next we have Philadelphia Eagles vs New York Jets. While it may not be the more attractive betting option, the Jets' defense has consistently stepped up, showcasing its capabilities at MetLife Stadium by defeating the Bills and nearly upsetting the Chiefs. On the other hand, Philadelphia has encountered difficulties in the red zone, an area where the Jets' defense has excelled. Hall, the running back, has been displaying glimpses of his former self, providing Wilson with a crucial safety valve. If the Jets can effectively limit the Eagles' running game, they are likely to have the advantage in pass defense, potentially keeping the game within a single score. Both teams have struggled in the red zone, indicating that there may be several stalled drives in this game. New York frequently faces third and long situations, contributing to the lowest conversion rate in the league. Last week, Philadelphia's offense relied on the defense, and if the run game fails to find momentum, the offense tends to lack consistency. In their recent games, New York has surpassed 20 points only once in the last 4 outings, while the Eagles have exceeded 25 points just once in their last 3. Anticipate this total staying below the specified number. Next we have Arizona Cardinals versus Los Angeles Rams. The Rams' offense has already performed well thus far, and the addition of Cooper Kupp just makes this offense all the more threatening. Look for the Cardinals to struggle to keep pace with the Rams, as they should score at ease while the Cardinals have to labor every possession. The defense for the Rams has performed well enough to win them a couple of games, but expect the offense to explode this game and account for a majority of their wins moving forward. In terms of trends, when these teams have faced off in the past, the Rams have covered their spread in 3 of their past 4 matchups, making me all the more confident in taking the Rams to cover their spread this game. Take Los Angeles Rams -7 points. In terms of trends, the Cardinals have gone over in 4 of their first 5 games, while the Rams have gone over in 2 of their past 3 games overall. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the over for this game. Take over 48.5 points. Thank you for tuning into this video. Kindly consider subscribing to our channel and activating notifications to stay updated on all our future content. For exclusive access to our premium picks, feel free to explore our Patreon page. The link to our Patreon page is available in both the video description and the comments section below. Your support is greatly appreciated.